right, Hardin County, it is December 3rd. I recorded the meeting today with the new microphone that I got, but I had put it up on the table thinking that it would be close enough. It's not. This microphone's not going to work. I'm going to look for a new one so that we can put it in the back and still hear the whole room. So still working on the setup, trying to get something that is mobile that I can take to other meetings that maybe doesn't have a table available. So anyways, working on all that thing. Sorry for the quiet meeting again today. All right, they had their regular minutes kind of things. They talked about so they have to go through and notify the different entities that are in their buildings for rent. The BMV, they were saying, which is in the West Annex, goes up 50 cents every 2 years, so it's kind of on a schedule. There was another one that I missed the name of. They talked about Chase Stewart and the Bodine application, so I will be requesting that to find out what that's all about. They did get a quote for the server replacement and the camera system from Northwest Ohio Security System, so that's the OSS thing that they had talked about last week, and I did get that records request for that quote, and I think they've approved it to go forward. So it's $13,284 is going to take to they have to update the server in their office there and get cameras, and they can put more cameras on because of security reasons. They feel that they need cameras, so they're going to spend $13,000 to upgrade that and get the cameras installed and all the things. And this CBTS upgrades to the phone systems. So they're going to have a one-time payment of $2,240 for the upgrade, and then $2,480 a month monthly bill for the phone. So, it'd be pretty interesting to find out, is that for the whole courthouse, is on that same system? What all that includes. That's a big chunk of change. So so we may do some research on, just a records request, because that's probably the easiest. I can get the contracts and just read them and see what it is. They're going to take that out of the infrastructure, that $2,000 for the upgrade out of infrastructure funds. So we did have Lynn Township came in. They had a meeting last night for always the cuckoo clock. It's noon, and so the cuckoo clock's going off. But so Lynn Township had a meeting last night and had, 25, 30 people show up to talk about the solar issues that they're having over there. They did go ahead and sign the resolution for a restriction for over 50. Remember, they can take the over 50 to the commissioners, and the under 50, they're unzoned, so they're going to have to go through a zoning process to make that happen for the under 50. But I do think they're considering that to move to a zoned area, which would help with nuisance properties. Landfill was trying to come in a while ago. It would help with that. So, it's a good thing. It's just a process to kind of get through. So they signed that. They brought that this morning to the commissioners and passed it over. And so now there's 3 townships, Dudley, Cessna, and Lynn, that are going to kind of go in this first batch. I did hear that Taylor Creek also signed a resolution at their meeting last night, and they're going to be moving forward with restrictions. So hopefully they can kind of get in to this kind of first bunch. So they're going to take these 4. They're all going to be individual resolutions, but they're kind of do them all at the same hearing. And I think the plan that Roger kind of talked about afterwards was that if they get the language from the prosecutor's office on what needs to be in the newspaper publication, they could get that in by December 17th or even earlier. Then the hearing could be January 16th, which is their regular Thursday meeting. And then April 15th, it would be active And in between January and February is a time that somebody can, if they sign it, right? If they sign in January to make these townships restricted, then there's a 30-day period where people can file for a referendum, and you have to get 8%, which is like 500 or 600 voter petitions. Well, not voters, just citizen petitions, and you can do a referendum. It goes on to the ballot. That's a process. So, but that would have that 30 days. If nobody does a referendum, then it would go into effect February 15th, and that would stop any further solar projects happening. It won't stop the things that are already in place. Tori said that she thought Nathan already had the maps done for these townships, because you have to have a map and post those at the libraries, and there's a couple different things that they have to do. So they're going to work all on that, and so that's good news. It was a very nice meeting, even last night and today. Very easy process. So that was Steve Gossard came in next. He was asking, they had gotten, I think it's a van, one of the vans, and they owed $15,000 on it. He was asking that maybe they could reduce their, and like instead of it being a separate allocation, just take it out of a pot of money that they had for next year. Roger explained that when they sell the property, they kind of put it into a special fund in the general fund, and so it's separate, and they don't do reimbursements of for sale items, which then Steve said he was kind of confused because he had my light keeps turning off. He had misinformation that they did do reimbursements, and so it kind of makes you wonder if they have done reimbursements in the past and they're not necessarily supposed to, or where that came from. But they, not to say that they did, in the meeting, Roger made it clear that this is how they've been doing it. What happened before him, he doesn't know. But so, anyways, just one of those things that Steve had some misinformation given to him. So he was just inquiring on that process. And Roger pointed out the fact that they're doing very well on their budget. They can make their salaries, and so there was no reason for them to have to shift this money to a different means of payment. And so I thought that was kind of curious, because there are several places in our county who can't make salaries. So there's that. Yeah, so I mean, that was really it. I think that was kind of the bulk of the meeting. We were out of there by, probably 10:15. So I hope you guys have a good day, and we will. Oh, I wanted to tell you too, I did get a records request today. So here is the Certificate of Countywide Cost Allocation Plan. This was done by Maximus, and this just really is just a certificate that they had signed by Roger Crow on 11/21. I'm going to have to get another records request because I'm not sure what that plan is. I don't know that they went with this. I think they turned it down. So, it kind of looks like it's somebody who's, they reviewed the cost allocation plan prepared by Maximus and submitted herewith, and to the best of my knowledge and belief, all costs included in this proposal based on fiscal year 23 actual costs to establish cost allocations or billing for fiscal year 2025 are allowable in accordance with the requirements of 2 CFR 200 and the federal awards to which they apply. Allowable costs have been adjusted for in allocating costs as indicated in the cost allocation plan. So anyway, so kind of interesting. I don't know. They talk about the federal awards, and if that just includes that, or if this is really somebody who looks at how to allocate costs, like a full fiscal plan. I don't know. So we're gonna do another records request on that and see what we can find out. And so that's it. Have a good one. Bye.